Okay. You wanna give the intro?
Yeah, I'll start off. Right.
Back to the Mikvah Kratz with Baruch, Zusha, and Mendel.
Hey, how's it going? I love people with like deep voices. It's like instead of paying people on Fiverr, you know what we used to do? Like pay people on Fiverr like $7.
Why would you use Fiverr?
No, so you tell them you're paying them $7, but first you want like a sample, and the sample is the real thing. And you're like, sorry, your voice isn't good enough.
Does that work?
You know what? Yeah, apparently it works.
What did you use it for?
And then we did it with one guy, and he got really pissed, and he's like, yeah, I know exactly what you're doing. You guys should be ashamed of yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, please don't do this. Disclaimer. Do not do this at home. Do it at school. Yeah. So anyways, let's get straight into it. Question for today, right?
Yeah. Let's hear.
What is a bochur?
What is a bochur?
Okay, obviously, no. Let's start.
I think it has to be defined by age and
No,
current
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, obviously, a bochur is someone like a teenager who's part of the ultra-orthodox community.
Don't call it ultra-orthodox. I don't like that. How the media puts it has negative connotations. Don't call it ultra-orthodox.
Okay, yeah.
The from community.
However you want to call it, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm saying. What classifies something that, like, for example, if a bochur's going around doing drugs, hasn't learned the word and doesn't put on Tefillin, I'm assuming he's not considered a bochur, right? Would you agree with that?
By definition, he's considered bochur. He's just
I'm saying, not by definition.
He's not considered from.
No. I'm saying by someone by the name bochur, the way a bochur is generally used, right? Like you have bochurim and you have teens, right? They're generally cool. I'm talking about even someone who's from putting Tefillin on 3 times a day, he still won't be considered a bochur.
Did you just say, wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say putting on Tefillin 3 times a day?
Yeah, I meant no, I'm saying, okay, right? Somebody davens 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily call them a bochur just because of that. Obviously, the literal definition, they are a bochur. I'm saying that category of bochur, let's say, right?
Okay, so
they're still a from Yid and everything like that. That doesn't make me any better than them. That doesn't make me any closer to Hashem. But I'm saying within the socially acceptable term of bochur.
I know.
So we're saying that we're not defining it by identity, we're defining it by what you do. Whether you do more or less.
Yes.
So that means, how can that be measured? Because if you do it by identity, which is really what the original term is, that's something that can be measured.
By identity.
You're 15 and you go to this place, you're a bochur.
I heard a Vartan today. It was from Manis saying,
Manis.
Right?
What a guy. If you're listening, Manis, we love you, mate.
He's my great uncle, so I can say whatever I want about him.
He's your great uncle?
Yeah, I can say whatever I want about him.
Oh, sick, mate.
Fine, everyone knows who I am.
No
one knows who you are. Just don't say your surname.
Cohen. Well, that cuts out 5% of people who aren't named Cohen.
No.
As I was saying, the Ramadas had I think it was Manis. He had a whole thing that what's the difference between a man and a woman? He's saying when it comes to men, why do we say Shalei Asani Isha? Right? He's saying because simply speaking, a man has more mitzvahs. What does that mean? Let me finish. That when it comes to a man identifies himself. A man identifies himself based on what he does. So if a man has more that he can do, he is thankful for that because he's able to do. A man identifies himself based on what he does. A woman, on the other hand.
Okay, well, to all our listeners out there, which is just Ruby, me, when I listen to it again later, enjoy, mate. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. There's no one listening, so we can say whatever we want. As I was saying, right? When it comes to why does Judaism come through the mother? Because a woman is all about identity. It doesn't matter to a woman. It's all about what she identifies as.
What is a woman?
What is a woman? Takeh, right? A woman is all about identity. Yeah. If she is a Jew, that's who she is. A man, on the other hand, he is whatever his actions is. So that's why, for example, in Chabad, we don't say Shilsani Kurtzani. I'm the way I am. Why? Because that's in a way, it's a negative connotation. It's like a disabled person. You know what? Thank God, at least I am the way I am. Like, that's a negative thing. No, it's not bad to be a woman. It's just a man is more appreciative of what he does, while a woman is more appreciative of her identity. Right? How does this all pull in? As I was saying, a bochur, right? Why don't you have a bochur by a woman, by a girl? There's no word for bochur. Like, there's different like words you'll use, like bochur and like ivrit. It is an actual word. I know.
Really?
It is a word. What? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's like bachura, right? And there's also all the there's other words for saying it, right? But when it comes to bochur, it's very specific because when it comes to men, we're all about what our actions. So Stop. There's someone out there with OCD listening. The one person who like actually subscribed, who's like, you like those guys. By the way, going off topic, those guys who are like subscribed. It's like the most random Jewish channels. Are like in the comments, I'm not Jewish. I'm Arabic. I'm from Mexico. I'm Arabic, and I have 7 children, and I love listening to this, and it's so touching. And it's meanwhile, this song like give it a shalayim. It's like I was crying listening to this, and it's like I'm Arabic and I love Jews or something. And like their profile picture is like some 5-year-old Indian kid. It's like this. The profile picture never matches the comment.
You spend way too long on it.
I know. I literally go through all the comments. Like it has like 20 million views.
Mate, you lost
it's a bunch of guys going right. So you look in the comments and it's like really funny. It's like my wife. Oh, he's probably I wonder he's probably at the bar or something. And it's like me at the boys at 2 a.m. It was really funny. Or it's like a bunch of girls when they all dress up the same. Oh no! It's like a bunch of boys when they dress the same. It's like right? Anyways, what were we saying? I totally forgot.
You're talking
a bochur. So when it comes to a bochur, I think it's not about identity as like ba'atzmas, like who you are be'etzem. Rather, it is like based on your actions. As a Jew, no matter what, you're still a Jew. When it comes to being a bochur, I think it does have to do with your actions.
Okay. Now, if you want to make it in a measurable way, there's still requirements that need to be filled for you to be a bochur. Can a 40-year-old be a bochur? No, he can't. By definition, he can't. Now,
a 40-year-old, okay.
Yes, he can if you do.
No, if somebody's married, they're not a bochur anymore.
Exactly. Fine there.
And you can tell the difference.
No. The age to be a bochur is when you're either in Mesivta or Yeshiva.
No, Mesivta until you're married, basically.
Not until you're married. What if you never get married? 90-year-old on the deathbed.
Oh,
how are we doing? No.
Okay, but you can tell when somebody like getting into the workforce and everything like that. Even you could still be a bochur if you work.
Okay, fine. Let's define a bochur like this.
A bochur is
until you're married, but it's also a lifestyle. He's right.
But yeah, being a bochur is a lifestyle. It's not a tag. It's not like a tag. I'm a bochur. No, being a bochur is a lifestyle. It's as in
name someone who isn't married out of yeshiva. Who would you consider? Who you would consider to be a bochur?
Who's out of yeshiva, not married?
Yeah.
I have cousins that work, but they leave a bochur lifestyle. They hang around, they hang around still. There's a certain like level. Let's say for example, right? When somebody's married, like suddenly, even if they have time, they suddenly have no time. Or like a bochur, like they're always ready to schmooze,
Yeah.
They have no sense of time. They're just like chill, everything like that. As soon as somebody gets married, like you see that people lose that completely.
See, here's the thing. Now what you're saying is things that a bochur may have, but we got to get down to a few qualities that all bochurim possess, so they can be defined as bochur.
There's a quote from what do you call it? Let's name some random
Red Mendel.
No, there's a quote from Jack Williams of the Institute of Bochurim.
No, John.
No, okay. There's some things. There's John said. There's some things in life. It's like I can't define it in words, but when I see it, I know it.
I completely forgot what you were saying. Oh yeah. No, you have to have some specific things that will define someone as a bochur. You have to have those specific things.
So what do you want? What do you propose?
Someone who's over the age of 13 in Mesivta or Yeshiva.
Why? If somebody's out of Mesivta or Yeshiva, and
by definition,
you can tell that they're a bochur. You would not be able to differentiate them.
What does the word bochur literally mean? By
bachelor. No, if you want to go by that definition. Can I tell you? I thought a bachelor was a type of cook.
No.
Or like a cooking utensil. It turns out that's a spatula. It's like, a bochur is like a spatula, and I'm like, is it like a muscle? It's like an analogy, just like the spatula keep turning over. I'm like, I never hopped into someone like explaining it to me.
Oh wow. Okay.
I still don't know what a bachelor is, by the way. It's someone just not married.
Someone who's not married and is living a very open life, but is actively looking.
Okay.
Not necessarily actively.
So then a bochur is not a bachelor.
Okay. Look, we have to come up with a few things that will define a bochur, and whether or not. So there can be other qualities that one might possess, but it doesn't necessarily mean.
A bochur is someone.
Go.
Who his prime.
Every single person that you would consider to be a bochur needs to have this.
His primary involvement. Okay, number one, he's not married. That's a number one rule. Well, obviously, maybe Jewish.
That's shit.
Yeah. like who? It's like not when somebody's not married, right?
Okay.
Obviously, someone who's Isaac Kanteo. Someone whose primary goal is being Isaac Kanteo. On the side, he goes to the gym or anything like that.
So,
and that might be wrong, but it doesn't make him not a bochur.
Here's the thing, though. What I'm trying to show you is that any limitation that you give to someone that would be subjective.
I said, what did John say?
That would be subjective.
Or Jono,
that
or
would be subjective.
Ichikaduzi, whoever it is. I don't know how to define a bochur, but when I see one, I know it.
I guess you could apply that logic, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to.
Can you see someone and know that they're a bochur just from Kitsainius?
Yeah.
Yes.
I see him, I know it's a kotel.
Most definitely.
I think we should end it right now. Thank you very much for listening to the Mikvah Kratz. Yeah, we just got attacked by bandits. And yeah, we're gonna make a comic book out of this. See you later, alligator. Thank you for listening to the Tefillin
Podcast has been sponsored by Goofy Off.